Village in Ukraine, there lived a girl named Olesya, who was a layabout and a gossip, as lazy as the winter was long. It was at the start of that winter that she hosted a spinning party, a traditional feast of the sort where the host provides the food and the guests provide the spinning. And it went like this. The girls set upon boasting and bragging about who was spinning the fastest, whose stitches were the neatest and the smallest, whose dumplings were the most savory and richest. Olesya could compete on none of these things, and at her own party too. I am the boldest, she said. I will go anywhere. Anywhere, said the girls. Will you go through the graveyard into the church and take the holy picture that hangs upon the door?
No.
I will, said Olesya, if each of you spins for me a distaff bowl. Well, Olesya had never spun a hand span in a night, so they agreed. And she went through the graveyard to the church, took the holy picture down from the door, and brought it back. Well, the girls set off from their boasting, and they fawned over their hostess, but the picture had to be returned by morning. Olesya said she'd do that too, for another distaff bowl each. Now it was nearly midnight. A slight wind had picked up, and the church bells began to tremble. She set the picture back in its place and went out into the graveyard just as the wind swept the clouds and the moon showed its face, and there, sitting on its tombstone in the moonlight, cross-legged in the dew, was a corpse. And Olesya walked right up to it and took its shroud. The old bag of bones didn't need it anyway. And she brought it back and showed the girls, look, I've not only returned the picture, but brought a shroud from a corpse besides. Oh, that put a damper on the evening. They shoved their spinning at Olesya and changed quickly for bed, none too soon. For just after midnight came a tap, tap at the window, and a voice called, Olesya, you try it. Olesya! Return to me my shroud. The girls screamed and ducked under their covers, but Olesya went and got the shroud from the table and held it to the window. No, said the spirit. Return it to its place. The graveyard, said Olesya. The spirit nodded. Well, Olesya was bold and irreverent, but she was no fool. As long as that ghost was out there, she was staying in here. And she waited, and the spirit waited. And when the cock crowed, the spirit vanished. Well, the next night, all the girls had gone home safe to their own beds, but Olesya had told her parents, and Mamo said, we will wait together. So the three of them, Mamo, Tato, and Olesya, sat at the big wooden kitchen table and tap, tap. Olesya! Olesya! Return to me my shroud. Tato got the shroud and held it out to the window. No! Return it to its place. Well, these were the parents who had borne and raised her, and as long as that thing was out there, they were staying in here. So the three of them waited, and the spirit waited, and when the cock crowed, the spirit was gone. We will go to the priest in the morning, said Mamo. And they did. The three of them went to the priest, and he looked at Olesya long and hard before he told her to come for the service of exorcism the next morning. Well, Olesya went to bed light of heart, but Mamo and Tato stayed at the kitchen table eating their borscht. And Mamo took out her cross-stitching, and she pulled the stitches in, out, red thread, red borscht, tap, tap. Olesya! "Olesia, return to me my shroud. You'll get it on the morrow," shouted Tato, and the corpse was gone without another word. Well, the next morning Olesia went to church, and the church was packed with friends and gawkers and enemies, as a gossip might have, and they filled even the balcony. The service began. Halfway through the Song of the Cherubim, a light came in through the window, and it shone only on Olesia. And the wind picked up, and all the church bells began to ring, and the holy picture fell from the door, and the door flung open, and Olesia lifted up her arms and was caught in a whirlwind raised above the congregation. They fell upon their faces and did not look. And if they had looked, they would have seen Olesia's clothes torn from her body, her skin torn from her bones, and each bone taken one by one, until all that was left of her was her casa, her long braid that used to hang down her back, and it fell like a whoomp to the church's wooden floor. When the congregation lifted up their eyes, the holy picture hung in its place on the door. The door was closed, the wind was still, and all that was left of Olesia was her long black